What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sess. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. God damn, yo. It's been like, what, a week? 12 days?
Yeah.
Shit, bro. Like,
somewhere in there.
Yeah, yo, shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker kind of missed it, B. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yo, I went through withdrawal and all.
Hell
man.
yeah, dog. Shit. Alright. Well, after a week, we back at it. And our first video is going to be a What's Hot segment. Whole lot of shit going down in boxing pretty much the last week. But what's hot right now? Manny Pacquiao. This motherfucker right. Now let me just say this, dude. If any other motherfucker would have said this, right?
Oh, man.
You know, motherfuckers on the coincidental list.
Right.
We'll just leave it right there, right? If they would have came out and said, gays are like animals, we'd be looking at a motherfucking witch hunt right now, B.
Oh, yeah.
Cats would have compiled a goddamn group of motherfucking killers going for these cats on the coincidental list if they would have said some shit like that, right? But see, all Manny has to do is apologize and all is well. People, this is what you gotta understand. These are this man's views, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, see, I'm on the fence about this shit. I'm not a religious person like that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I understand what Christians think about, you know, gays being married and same-sex marriage. I know what they think about that. And it is what it is. They're really strong about, traditional marriages, and they're very strong negatively on same-sex marriage. We know this about them, right?
Yep.
But it's about how you come out to the public. Like my man that owns Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? A couple years ago, my man said some shit about gays when the majority of the motherfuckers that be eating his food are gays. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao may not know, but there's a lot of gay fans out there that like this motherfucker.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's people who like Manny Pacquiao, right? Because they hate Floyd Mayweather. And they could be gay. They don't even watch boxing, but they just like Manny because they hate Floyd. You see what I'm saying? So he doesn't really understand the magnitude of what he said and how it could have offended so many motherfucking people. Alright? Because if he did, it would have never came out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? There's a gay comedian in the Philippines. His name was like, shit, I'm about to fuck his name up. I'll just say Chris Vera. That ain't that motherfucker's name. But nonetheless, he's a gay comedian out in the Philippines. My man did a tweet right after Manny Pacquiao said this shit, retweeted it, then he put up a video of him saying it, right?
Man.
My man tweeted, he said, hashtag pray for Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous, man. And if he's trying to keep his fan base, and he's trying to be relevant in boxing, and he doesn't want to turn into the guy that the persona that follows Floyd Mayweather around, even when Floyd, you know what I'm saying, he shows that he's positive in so many different ways, but he's still got that negative persona that follows him around. If he doesn't want that, then he has to avoid shit like this, man. What do you think, man?
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm with you 100%, you know. Man, the only thing I'm gonna disagree on is, you know what? I don't think Manny is, I don't think he's really sorry for what he said, you know.
I don't think so either.
Okay. So we on the same exact page with it then. What he said is he's speaking from the perception of what he believes and from what his religious views are. Right. So I don't think that he believes any of it is wrong, you know, because all he's going to do is go to a scripture in the Bible, point it out and say, hey, this is what I believe, this is what it says, and if it says it in this book, it's right. Yeah. You know, I think he apologized for offending people, but he didn't necessarily apologize for what his viewpoint is. Right. You know, so with that being said, you know, if it were anybody else, a simple apology wouldn't have been enough.
Nah, hell no.
You know, if I mean, we're looking at, I mean, we're talking about, when you compare this to something like Adrian Broner, after the fight with Molina, when he said anybody can get it, Africans, Dominicans, I just beat the fuck out of a Mexican. Nothing at all about that comment was racist. Nothing about that comment. I mean, he had just beat a Mexican fighter.
Yes, he did.
You know? And he said before I just beat this Mexican fighter, I would beat an African or a Dominican or a Puerto Rican. The fucking internet blew up. He was, I believe, summoned to an apology, and the network was actually mad at him.
They said if the WBC said, I believe it was the WBC, don't quote me, but one of the major sanction bodies said if he did not apologize, they were going to remove him from the rankings.
Yes. Yes, and was some kind of suspension threatened or
That's
fine?
what it was.
Or?
Yeah, they were going to suspend him and remove him from the rankings.
Okay. Over a comment that was not in no way, shape, or form racist. We got Manny Pacquiao that basically compared gay people or homosexual people, I don't know which one they prefer, but to animals.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, how low do you have to think of another human being to compare them to an animal, or to say that they're less than an animal?
Sure.
You know, so his comments were way out of bounds. You know, I think the LGBT community should be infuriated with him, because just like you said, there are a lot of gay people that like him, that like what he stands for, that likes, you know, that he promotes his religion, he promotes his Christianity. He you know, he's a I guess a born again Christian or a saved guy or whatever the case may be. A lot of people love that about him. You know, a lot of people love what he does in the ring. A lot of people love him just because he's the foe to Floyd.
Yeah.
You know, so when you go out there and you offend a good percentage of, I'm sure, you know, of people in general, you know, not only boxing fans but people in general, I mean, I think that's pretty shitty. Yep. You know, and
go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna wrap it up with this. And the thing with Pacquiao is they have to filter when it comes to things like this. No matter how much of a politician you are, matter of fact, you're a politician, so you should know better.
That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. Yep.
There is a such thing as being politically correct.
Yep.
You know, so Manny Pacquiao, man, he either needs a better publicist, a better PR person, or he just needs to be filtered a little bit harder than what he is.
Yep, and to add on to what you said earlier about him not being genuinely sorry for what he said, his apology came with a condition. You know, he said he's sorry that he offended people, but this is what I believe.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said. This is what I believe. He basically said, in other words, that he's not going to stop believing what he believes in just because he's offending people. He shouldn't have said what he said, but his belief is still going to be the same. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Yeah, you know.
Keep your mouth shut on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And Floyd came, this motherfucker was like, as soon as that shit dropped, that nigga was like, oh, alright, let me get up on here. Everyone listen. We should love one another. That motherfucker was, that motherfucker seeked the opportunity and took it. Was like, we should all just think positive. Get the fuck out of here, Floyd.
Turned into a choir boy.
You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here, Floyd. Next! Speaking of Floyd Mayweather, man, he came out a little bit earlier and was like, yo, I could stop that Khan Canelo fight. Shit, I'll fight Danny Garcia. Everyone will want to watch that shit over a motherfucking Khan Canelo fight. So is this somewhat of a, I don't know, a leak of him maybe returning in May? What do you think, man?
Hey, okay. First off, let me say this. Let me quote a line from one of my favorite movies, Paid in Full. When at the very end, they were interrogating Rico, and he said, you know, I'm not snitching on nobody from Harlem, because when I get out, I'm still gonna be the king.
Hell yeah.
After I serve this long sentence and this long bid, I'm still gonna be the king.
Yep.
That's the position that Floyd Mayweather is in. It has to feel great to be able to say something like, to say what Floyd says, and it's absolutely true. I mean, it has to feel good to be the king. You know, he is the undisputed king of boxing, and if he comes back and fights an undefeated Danny Garcia for his 50th fight, I do honestly believe it will put a halt to everything.
Word,
you know,
word.
that day will be taken by Floyd.
Word.
You know, and if he wanted to do a different day, or if he wanted to do his fight a week later, it would still trump the numbers that Canelo Khan would do.
Word.
So I can't disagree with anything that Floyd said. You know, I do think it's true. I wouldn't care to see him fight Danny Garcia, to be honest, but I do believe that in the boxing world and the betting world and Las Vegas and the networks would definitely prefer to broadcast a 50th Floyd fight against an undefeated fighter like Danny Garcia.
Word.
You know, so I mean, you really can't disagree with the dude.
Hey, and you know, shout out to my man Hazel, man. He said some shit earlier. Basically, he said that you cannot deny Danny Garcia's pedigree, even though we all know going in he gonna get fucking slaughtered by Floyd.
Oh
Mayweather.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you can't deny how Danny Garcia has gotten where he's gotten. I mean, he's got some cherry picks here and there, pretty much. You know, I've gone on record saying that the last few fights that he's been in were cherry picks. But his career speaks for itself. I mean, he unified a fucking division. You can never take that away from him, no matter how much he cherry picks, right? With that said, his prestige level is very high. And the fact that he has a fan base, he has a large fan base over on the East Coast, and the fact that Floyd Mayweather is still the king, even in fucking retirement, because he still finds a way to get talked about. You know what I'm saying? This nigga comes out of retirement, takes on a guy with a huge following on the East Coast. That's a big fight.
Yeah.
Do it on Cinco de Mayo weekend. That's a huge fight. Yes. And plus, a lot of people are pissed off at this Canelo Khan shit that's on pay-per-view. I might add, it ain't on PBC. It ain't on regular HBO. It's on motherfucking pay-per-view. They gonna make you pay $55 for SD, $65 for fucking HD to watch Canelo versus a 147 pounder. Alright? So, yes, 100% agree that if this motherfucker announced a week from now, yeah, I'm coming out of retirement about to fight Amir Khan. This motherfucker could say, yo, I'm coming out of retirement about to fight, I'm not Amir Khan, I'm sorry, coming out of retirement about to fight Danny Garcia. He could say, I'm coming out of retirement about to fight Kell Brook. It was still, Kell Brook's probably the least known of the champions at 147, right? You got Keith Thurman, Tim Bradley, now Danny Garcia. Those three are more popular than Kell Brook, right? He could fight the least popular and it would still do bigger numbers. Yeah. I guarantee, motherfucker. And it's gonna cost more. They still gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But to answer my question, I don't think he's leaking anything, man. I don't think he's coming back in May. Yeah. If I had to put a prediction on it, I think he would come back in September of this year. But if he doesn't come back this year, I don't think he's ever gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And to be honest with you, I don't miss him. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely not.
Boxing is great.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. My bad. Okay, I didn't even answer the question, but I'm right along with you, man. I don't think that he's leaking anything. And I absolutely agree with everything you just said. You know, I don't miss him. I don't miss Floyd. You know, I think the divisions are a bit more wide open without Floyd. Yeah. He's not running the table. You know, everybody's not fighting safe fights just to get a Mayweather fight. Yeah. You know, guys can now start to go at each other. Yeah. You know, they can start calling each other out. And they can start building their own brand. You know, so I'm with you 100%, man. I don't miss him. I like the fact that he's staying verbally relevant.
Right.
You know, throughout
he didn't just fade off in the shadows like Prince Nassim Hamed did and shit. He got his ass whooped and shit. Then he was like fucking him out. You know what I mean? Nah, yeah, that's what's up. Alright, next, and the last one for this segment. God damn, man. This shit just, this is real fucked up, dude. You know, I stated before in another video that I had, you know, the privilege to meet the man, and it was in a situation where, you know, it wasn't, you know, me going to a fight or me going to Las Vegas. Roy, can I get your autograph? Nah, it wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? I was trying out to play basketball overseas, and the trials were held in Pensacola, Florida. And Roy Jones was the guest star, so to speak. And during our scrimmages, I scrimmaged his team that he was playing on, and Roy Jones was guarding me. And I was lighting his motherfucking ass up for the record. Well, if you hearing it, you remember, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, he was guarding me. He's a really nice dude. He was talking to me the whole fucking time. Like, it got to the point where I had to be like, Roy, nigga, shut the fuck up. I didn't say that. But, you know, in my head, I'm like, nigga, shut up, nigga. I'm trying to make these teams. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? But he's a really nice dude. And I hate to see him just go down to the point of his career where it is right now. He has recently said that, I don't even want to say it, that he is going, if there's a competition out there, all you casuals, you guys who talk all this shit about these fighters, calling them pussies and boring and faggots and flomos and gay weathers and all this dumb shit, patentards, all this dumb shit, here's your chance. You have an opportunity to fight a professional boxer, a living legend in Roy Jones Jr. And not only will you have that opportunity, but if you win, you get $100K. That's a lot of money. All you casuals out there, get your videos ready. So me and Seth can do a video on you getting your motherfucking ass knocked out. You know what I'm saying? But it's fucked up that I think the reason why he's doing this is because everyone's like, Roy, please retire. We're tired of seeing you get knocked out. Roy, please retire. We're tired of seeing you get knocked out. Roy, please retire. Please, 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 please. Yada, yada, yada. Right? Mm-hmm. He's saying, yo, all you motherfuckers that are telling me how to run my career, y'all can't even beat me. You see what I'm saying? And if you can, here's your chance. So this is kind of, I think it's going to be like a situation where it reinvigorates his self-esteem, right? Or his self-motivation. He's like, yeah, look, I'm not even losing to a regular Joe out there. I belong in this sport. That's my take on why he's doing this shit, man. Yeah. What do you think, man?
Man, I really don't know, 2K. I don't know why Roy is doing this. Honestly, man, his stock and just who he is as a legend, I mean, it's just plummeting. You know, exactly, man. Yeah, it's ridiculous. When you reach this point to where you're challenging fans or you're submitting challenges to fans, I mean, something's going on. Something's going on. I was watching a video of Floyd, and he was taking pictures with a bunch of fans. They were waiting in line to take pictures of him. And one of the guys wanted to do a face-off with him. And Floyd was like, nah, I mean, he wasn't rude about it, but he was just like, nah, if you got a check, that's the only time I'm facing off with a cat is if he got a check. And when I think of boxers, that's what I think of. I think of guys that they're not going to play with you. They're not going to, do anything that imitates fighting with a fan. Nah. Unless they're taking a picture and both guys are putting their fist up or one guy's, doing this. That's about as far as it gets. I know some guys that are talented amateurs that won't even get in the ring with you and spar you if you don't bring something to the table. Right. And there's a cat, I want to say his name, but I don't want to put him out there like that, but
don't get that motherfucker no publicity.
A a lot of guys, a lot of boxing fans know him. And he's very nice. But dude won't even get in the ring with you if you're not at a certain level. He won't even fuck with you. He won't get in the ring with you because, there's just a level of professionalism I think that boxers carry about themselves. So what Roy is doing, man, to me, it's unprofessional. I don't like it. Fans are always going to be entitled to their opinions, especially ones that have never fought before.
Absolutely.
It's just like ESPN First Take when you got Skip Bayless and you got Stephen A. Smith. Skip Bayless can probably run down every number possibly known for one of these top athletes. He could probably just run it off his head. But if you ask him how good he was when he played basketball, he was probably fucking garbage.
Yeah, I remember a comment he made. It was something about how he played basketball in high school, but he was at the end of the bench. It was something like that. I saw this shit like 4 years ago, man.
So, you're gonna have casual fans that don't know shit about the sport. You're gonna have critics who, like I said, can give you any number and can talk all day long, but when they get in front of you, they don't know what to do. They don't know the first thing to do. So why even challenge somebody like that? Why even give somebody like that an opportunity to state their claim, state their claim. So I just don't like it. I don't like it, man.
Let me ask you this. How'd you feel about what Deontay Wilder did to that fan? That was
now. Check this out, because Deontay is my boy, and I love that he knocked that motherfucker. Had it been me,
that shit was embarrassing.
Yo, I loved every minute of it, 2K. But I think, had it been me, I would have tried to, and I was at Deontay's level, man, fuck them gloves, because exactly, from what I heard, I think his name is Charlie Zelenoff or whatever, he was talking about Deontay's daughter, and he was also calling Deontay the N-word, and you know what I'm saying, and he was really, really, really going at Deontay. So when you cross that line, that's when you need to get your ass beat. You know what I'm saying? That's when these guys got to show you why they do this and you don't. You know what I mean? So when it comes to stuff like that, absolutely beat the shit out of them. Shit, kill them if you have to. And that's just the way it is. I don't promote violence, to that extent. But like I said, hey, disrespect is disrespect, and it's met with force if that's what it comes to. Yeah, man, Roy need to sit his ass down, man. He got a nice, comfortable job at HBO. Why keep doing this? What motivates you when you're continuously getting beat, and you're getting beat in the worst way?
Yes.
What motivates you to get in there and diminish your legacy?
And he's getting beat in the worst way by guys that he would have slaughtered years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
2K. Answer me this. Where does Roy Jones Jr. rank if he retires before he fought Joe Calzaghe?
Oh shit! After the two knockouts?
No, I'm sorry. If he retires before John Ruiz. That I don't know.
If he retires before John Ruiz, Hall of Fame. You talking about after John Ruiz?
Yeah.
But before Antonio Tarver?
Yes.
Aw, nigga, top 5, top 5, top 10. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of motherfuckers, bro.
Oh yeah.
Actually, one of our subscribers asked me recently, you know what I'm saying, who's my top 25 greatest of all time. That shit, I gotta sit down and write it down, and I told him we'd make a show about it. That's something that's hard to rank right off the top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think the dynamic that Roy brought, the athleticism, the excitement, his fucking uncanny abilities that nobody's been able to do since, he's gotta be top 10. He would have to be. Now that he's getting knocked the fuck out all over the place, I mean, Tom and Jerry just knocked this nigga out twice. You know what I'm saying? Each. And shit. I mean, at that point in time, it's like, damn, I mean, top 50?
Yeah. I mean, that's the way it's looking. You have a guy that was at what, 54? I think in the early days of his career. Yeah. And then went and won a fucking heavyweight title.
Yeah.
It gets no better than that.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, who would have thought that Roy would, and then to do it in emphatic fashion, he beat the shit out of John Ruiz.
Yes, sir.
It hurts me to see him, doing this, but I guess it is what it is.
It's been reduced down to the lowest of the low. He's now calling out fans. Ain't this wow. Alright, YouTube. That's gonna be it for this segment. Do what you do in the comment section with Be Real. This is Real Talk for real fans. 1.